and we do see a plus from Leech. I do see a plus from Colento, so he just needs to click that button. Come on, let's go, boys. Tilted axis. As you've seen yesterday, the map will generate a big north pole in the middle, and it will have tundra along the edges of the map. It is not a, I should say, go around the map, so it doesn't have a connection from the east to the west. It's gonna be interesting to see how the players will manage to adapt to their situation, and of course what kind of civilizations they will pick. We do have two automatic bans, that is Maori and of course Grand Colombia, even if it received I should say a nerf in the last BBG update. Some players and some organizers still think it's not enough, myself included. I don't think Colombia is at the level of other civilizations, especially because the other civilizations are so weak right now because of BBG. It's not you can't balance it properly. Getting a free general, for example, while your opponent needs to get encampment, do the projects and everything, it's it's not fair. Especially in a 4v4 setup, it's really not fair. Maybe in FFA, sure, but in 4v4, no. There are only 3 generals available in the game. So if you, of course, have one extra, that would be 4. You even get it for free. I mean, what could you want more from that? Not to mention the fact that you do get to promote and then shoot with your units. That is what amazing. I mean, amazing mechanic to have, and I'm sure with vanilla civilizations it's amazing, but they can actually withstand that. But without vanilla civilizations, no, I don't think it's a good idea to let it through. I do like the games. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like to see it in the games. I do think we should have more no ban games, but in a competition settings, I don't think it's a good idea to have it. Fun games, sure. All Colombia games, yes. Everybody gets a general, everybody gets to play, more movement, more everything. Sure, that's gonna be amazing. So we do have the 3 bans halfway through. We got Norway first banned, we got Japan, and we got Russia banned. And I guess they don't wanna mess with that tundra. We're probably gonna see Canada banned as well. We have Colento here that played Canada quite a few times in the last few games. I've seen him at least 3 times getting a win all the time there with Canada. I guess he's getting more and more experience on it. Catherine de Medici has been chosen as the 4th ban. That is a civilization that gets extra diplomatic visibility. It gets an amazing unique unit, and not to mention a free spy, and of course bonuses to wonders and tourism from them. Ooh, amazing civilization all around. Hey Damadar, I do think Norway ban is a good call, I guess, but it's still not pre-BBG apocalypse powers yet. You can't get that much faith going with it. Mali is the 5th ban of the day. We're not gonna see anyone play in the desert here, it looks like, or buy units all around with it. And we're still waiting for the last ban of the day. Still, Ulysse has the pick here, and we're gonna have Colento have the first pick of a civilization in this game. Who are they gonna ban next? Is it gonna be Canada? Is it gonna be Dido? Is it gonna be Victoria? Do they want to guarantee themselves one of the naval civilizations here? I don't know. Or give them up. I guess Ulysse is to pick here, so they have to choose. What will they choose? Will they go for Canada? No, they went for Mapuche. Interesting choice. Yesterday, nobody picked Mapuche on Tilted Axis. Do you think it's a good idea to pick Mapuche on Tilted Axis? I guess it is, right? You do get a guaranteed +5 against civilizations in a golden age, even if you're naval, even if you're... oh, and there we go, Canada. First picking Canada, they let it through. And yeah, not sure if that's a good idea. Nobody's gonna contest his tundra, but there's not that much tundra. Yesterday there was some tundra in the middle of the map, but most of it was unsettleable ice, I should say. So not sure if Canada is gonna be in its own element. We do have the BBS on. but as far as I've talked with Jack the Narrator, it doesn't work perfectly with the tilted axis type of map. First of all, what the BBS does is create that average food and production all around the spawns of the players, and not to mention it does terraform the map a little bit, so it can transform from tundra into plains into grassland, or vice versa, or add some resources here and there. So overall, I'm not sure if it will work. Let's see the map generation, and we're gonna talk a little bit about it later. Now let's see the picks. We got the picks going on in a much faster manner, I hope. Colento did pick Canada, as I was saying. Then we got Liege going for Naval, Dido as an amazing civilization on the water with its Cothans and the Biremes. Then we have Jack the Ripper going for Trajan, that is Rome's leader, with those amazing legions that yesterday managed to get the win. I'm not sure if you saw it, but Jessica managed to kill Corny there. It was an amazing performance by Jessica. 4 cities Rome, killing 3 cities Scythia. But not to mention, I do have to mention actually, it was with the help of Norway's longships that came on the coast and managed to raise one of Scythia's cities. Maybe it was a different outcome if he didn't lose that city, but overall he did lose it, so that happened. We are waiting right now for Nekst Vigraem to go for the next choices. Sandro Games is the next one to pick, and he's going for Cyrus. We got Persia here in the game. One of the most picked civilizations, I would say, in the season 2 and even in the season 1 CWC, and interesting that it's not getting that many bans. It does have that amazing unique unit, the Immortals, Persia's unique melee unit that replaces the swordsman. It does get a ranged attack with +2 range and strong defense strength. Well, they say strong, but I'm not sure if it's that strong. It is 35 base strength, so that is 1 strength lower than the swordsman. It does get +3 combat strength, and I'm guessing its meaning is it's like an archer but with a stronger defense strength. I don't know, maybe that sounds better. Pellman here going for the counter. We have Victoria picked, England, that can counter Dido on the water and of course on the free inquiry ages. As you know, naval civilizations do like their free inquiry, spamming out those harbors and then picking free inquiries to get science from the harbors as well as gold, and of course later on productions with the shipyards. You are asking about Inland Sea. No, this is tilted axis, so we're gonna have the same map type as yesterday. It has been chosen as the week 4 favorite for the CWC, so probably most of the games will be played on tilted axis. I could actually check this for you. Give me a second here, but I do think it's that way. Oh, in the schedules, it only tells me the hours and the dates, but it doesn't tell me the maps. But for the free games that I have access to, oh no, actually there is one, look at it, Ulysse versus TBD. That will be tomorrow. They will play actually on continents and islands, guys. Great Max ADC, thank you very much for the follow, man. Welcome. I hope we're gonna have a great time today. We're still waiting for 3 more players to pick their civilization. We got the 6 bands up. We got most 5 picks by now, and let's see what Ulysse will go for now. We got Distoria waiting to pick, Abel Brimi as well, and then Destroyer. One thing that I do have to point out, this is their picks in order of how they deem it important. Afterwards we will have a session, like a few seconds, a few minutes maybe, of them able to swap the civilizations around. So maybe Colento will not want to go Canada this game, maybe he will give it to Sandro Games or Distoria or Pellman or whatever. So they do have that option, but they want to secure the picks before, right? So let's see who is it gonna be. Shaka, the big Shaka has been chosen here. We're gonna see Zulu with those early cores. and early armies. Not to mention the Ikanda, the district unique to Zulu, which replaces the encampment. Right? We had some love given to the encampments, by the way, in the last few patches of the BBG. They get oil now at military academies. You get +2 oil from building a military academy every turn, and also I believe you get niter from armories, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think it's at armories. And it's only a +1 niter or something. I'm thinking that was to buff the need for niter on infantries, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay, got a confirmation. Thank you very much, Fulcrum. And Duck for the Duck, welcome. And looks like there is Pericles picked by Abel Brimy here. As we've seen yesterday, Kono did try to go for a culture victory with Pericles. It had amazing culture at the end there, but not that much tourism. That was the breaking point. The Greases do receive 1 extra wildcard policy in any government, except of course the one you start with, and then they do have 1 unique unit that is again a very powerful unit. It is not, I think it's ancient unit. Yeah, it's an ancient unit. It's not, so it doesn't receive bonuses from great generals, but they do get +10 combat strength if there is at least 1 adjacent hoplite unit. So basically you just have to couple them around, and you'll get +10 combat strength on both units. They have a replacement district for the theater square, that is the Acropolis, and it will award 1 envoy when you build an amphitheater in it. It is basically the same production as the monument. So what players do when they play one of the Greases is just play series and then spam out Acropolises, because you don't need to get the monument. You get the Acropolis, you'll receive the bonus points for great persons, as well as the culture bonus from getting them. One thing that I do have to note, the Acropolis is only able to build on hill tiles, so you do have to pay attention a little bit to where you place your city. We are playing on New Age, so hills should be quite abundant here, but we don't always have that. And look at that destroyer picking Scythia here as the last civilization. Is it gonna be Scythia? He didn't actually click it. Oh, he can't click. Okay, there we go. Those were the full 8 picks, and right now we're gonna have Colin to go on Canada Leech going for Dido. It looks like Jack the Ripper will be the one to go for Shaka. Sandro Games going for Scythia. He really likes his Scythian units. Pellman will go for Victoria, and Distoria will go for Rome. We got Abel Bremen picking Pericles here, and the Destroyer still waiting to pick. What was the 4th one from the big boys here, from Nekst Vigraem? I'm not sure. Do you remember, guys? What was the 4th civil? Oh yeah, there we go, Cyrus. Okay, Cyrus, that was it. And right now we're just waiting for the host to start the game, and we're gonna have the first loading, the first iteration of the Tilted Axis map today. Of course, at turn 8, we do have to pause the game and give the players a chance to use the remap tokens if they deem their spawn unplayable, or they just want to go for another map generation. They have the option to do that. There is only 1 remap token per team, so and they can actually use it at the same time. So we're gonna see how this will go on. At the moment, it looks like the map, instead of being tilted axis, has been chosen as Pangea, so he does need to switch it. Hello there, Centaur 300. Welcome. Come on, Destroyer. Click that button. Let's go. Show us you're ready. There is Kacheka streaming for the Russian community as well. You can, I guess, if you want, I can give you the link. There we go. That is the link to the Russian streamer Kacheka. He's well known for his streaming, especially on YouTube. Hello there, and welcome. From the old Froggy Man. Okay, okay. What's that? Well, cool. You're in the right place then. Let's see the first iteration of this tilted axis map, and hopefully we're not gonna see that many remaps. Yesterday, even if they remapped, I'm not sure if it was for the best. We did have some good spawns there. Some of them were a little, I guess, weird, but in the end, still Scythia got a little, I guess, in a Nirel war with Rome. Well, actually he died to Rome, not even Nirel war. So yeah, there we go. This is the first loading of the tilted axis map. As you can see, I'm gonna put it up on the full screen here. In the middle of the map, we got a big speck of the North Pole. So ice in the middle that is not claimable. You cannot settle on it. You can settle on these full ice tiles that you can see here. These are actually land tiles, but in the middle you cannot settle. There is a lot of tundra around it, so maybe Canada can make good work out of it. Let's see where he did get his cities. And in the meantime, let's check out the spawns from the west. As we are used to, we got London here spawning on the coast. That is Pelmanian August from the Nekst Vigraem team. He has a very good, very good harbor with, look at that, 2 fish and 1 whale to work. That's gonna give him an easy +5. If he gets some extra districts around it, it's gonna be an easy +6. A good mountain that will provide him with a campus later on in the game, or either a +3, a +4, or a +3, depending on how he will choose it, or he will spam multiple campuses on those locations. It does look like one horse style is blocking one of his +3s, but yeah, he's probably not gonna need it since he does have a lot of them anyway. Good thing he has fresh water, so he's not gonna lack housing anytime soon, and he does have settlers to the south and to the north. To his south, we got the Greece Able Brimi. That is one of his enemies here from Team Ulysse. This spawn on the coast, and he might actually not stay on the coast. Right now he's probably thinking where to go and looking at his spawn. He does have a 3-1-1 fish on a reef tile, and he could use that 2-1 to the south between the reefs to get a good campus. That's a +4 between the reefs. As you know, or may not know, let's tell it to everyone. Reefs do provide 2 extra adjacency to your campuses. So having 2 reefs that are near one tile will give you a +4 adjacency campus. That's always amazing. You double it with the card, get some more districts around it, and it's gonna be more than that. Next up, we do have, oh, look at this Matterhorn in the middle between England and Canada. Canada did spawn in the tundra, it looks like, to the east in the middle of the continent, the west continent. He's south of Zulu, it looks like, so Zulu will probably be in a war with him. As we know, Jack is one of those extremely aggressive players, but so is Colento and so is Spellman, so this is probably gonna be this area here will probably be our focus point for the game if we're gonna keep this map. Canada did spawn with 2-3 deer in his capital, and some more deer tiles, so he's gonna have the option to go for Temple of Artemis if he likes to. Most of the time we do see Canada going for it, so let's see if he chooses to go for it. Next up, let's talk a little bit about Zulu. He's on the northeast part of that west continent, and it looks like he's on a coastal freshwater spawn as well. He does have a good harbor too, at least 2 tiles of fish there with some horses next to it. Well, I guess the horses don't matter that much. He doesn't have that very good mountains, a +3 over here, maybe a +3 over here, but it's in the tundra, not easy to settle, and I'm not sure I like the overall spawn. Maybe he can make it work, but having Mohenjo Daro here in the north, that will provide a connection toward England to get to him, to his capital. I'm not sure that's gonna be the best choice, so maybe they will need to think about remapping this. Canada would be fine here. I don't think he would need that much help. Zulu is quite far away, and it's gonna take a while until he gets there. Canada might go for a religion. He could get an easy defender of the faith. Maybe that will save him. Even though we did see yesterday Damodar trying to defend with defender of the faith India against England and Spain at the same time. It didn't work out that well, did it? It didn't work out that well. I mean, I'm sorry, Damodar. I think you did put up a great fight there, but I mean, those +10 units were just too much to handle, even for defender of the faith. I don't know. Maybe it would have helped if you had something like Victor in one of those cities, but I still don't think I still don't think it would have mattered that much. In the end, those units were amazing. We do have a destroyer here, Persia, in the south part of the middle of the map. It looks like he does have his own little continent, and he doesn't know it yet, but he doesn't have that many cities to settle. Maybe one to the southwest here, maybe on other islands, but he does have Galapagos. He's not gonna see it though. It's gonna be a while. I mean, the closest tile would be on the horse, and only if he gets a settler there can he see one tile of Galapagos and figure out that is where Galapagos is. In the meantime, he doesn't have an open connection to the sea here to get one of his boats out, so he's not gonna know about that one day. Let's see how if they will actually choose to keep this map. Not sure though, not Sure. We got on the other continent, on the east continent, we got 3 more civilizations. That is Rome in the top part here, with another lake settle. I guess a good-ish land, not that impressive though. He does have Lake Redpa between him and Scythia. I guess that's gonna be actually Scythia's Lake Redpa. Even if Rome could contest it at some point in the game, I don't think he's gonna get a settler that fast there, or faster than Scythia. To his southeast, as I was saying, there is Scythia. Sandro Games here, spawning with 3-2 bananas in his capital, and he does have quite a few mountains to go for his campuses, but he will have to fight against 2 players, and that might actually be a problem for him, even if he's Scythia and he does get amazing war bonuses like the +5 against the units that are wounded, or the Kurgan, that is another good unique improvement, or even the fact that he can buy units with faith. I'm not sure how how Sandro Games will choose to play this game, but we're gonna have to wait and see what are his seeming choices or war choices. He's probably gonna need an encampment soon-ish. Phoenicia spawned on the east side of the map, northeast I should say. Good-ish settle. He does have a good Cotton in his capital city and another good one to the north here. A few islands to settle outside of his continent. That would probably be a good addition, but he's on the opposite side of England here, so they will probably fight. Oh no, never mind, sorry, I forgot this map does not go around. So so there is Bermuda Triangle, by the way, on the map here, as you can see on the northwest here, but you cannot go around the map, so it does, even if it normally would have been a direct connection between Phoenicia here and England, it doesn't look like it's gonna be today. So we're probably gonna have England go against Greece on the water, go against Zulu on the water, gonna have fun here, but it's all gonna be up to the players, to the Nekst Vigraem players, if they want to remap this. And not to mention even Ulysse have the options, of course, open for them. Do you think they're gonna remap this? This is a good question. So I mean, there like 3 of them are coastal. So we got Dido, we got Zulu, and we got Pericles coastal. Only Rome is not coastal. And they don't have amazing land, neither of them. I mean, Zulu, it's like having a shit spawns bias, unfortunately. It sometimes happens. He does have a good harbor, but I mean, he's Zulu, so why would you go harbors with Zulu? I mean, you know? So you think there is a high probability that Ulysse here will get the first remap token used? It might be. I mean, it might be. I don't see a reason for, or a big reason for Nekst Vigraem. I do think Sandro Games will be in his element here, fighting against, look at that, they already met Rome, fighting against Rome. Rome does have good unique units to fight against Scythia. As we've seen yesterday, those legions are quite powerful even against Saka horse archers, or swords or horses or whatever classical unit they're gonna put on the table. And Phoenicia here has proven the same thing. We've seen Colento kill username, for example. Colento was playing Phoenicia and username was playing Rome. So let's see how this goes. Ooh, a goodie hat and a free worker. Look at that. Table Brimy getting luck from the beginning. Greece here just got a free builder. Evane, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. You think it is very, very favorable for Nekst Vigraem? Well, I guess, but I mean, if you think a little bit about it, Persia is kind of in a pickle. I mean, he doesn't have that many settles to work. He could work them because he is Persia, so he doesn't rely on his trade routes towards other players or city states. He's gonna use internals. He's gonna have a little bit of land to settle, but not that much, and then he's gonna rely on islands. That's not a lot to rely on. Anyway, we are just turning into turn 8, and we're gonna see who is gonna use the remap tokens at the end of the turn. We got 30 more seconds to find out exactly if we're gonna see this map to its conclusion or not. This option has been implemented since the first iteration of the 2v2, I believe, the CivFR 2v2, and we've tried quite a few options here. We've seen players get better maps, we've seen players get worse maps. So right now, let's see if they're gonna be using the remap tokens or not. With wait, what? What wonders are in the game? I seen Matterhorn, I saw Bermuda Triangle, I saw Lake Redpa. Oh, okay, so they're gonna actually use this. Okay, nice, nice. So this is the new UI, the new user interface for the remap vote we're gonna have. Right now the players get on the screen the same thing, but instead of that button, they do get the options to yay or nay. If they want to remap this or not. So at the moment they're just probably thinking. Every time somebody will vote or finish voting, we'll see them, their names turn green, as you can see right now. 4 of them actually voted, and let's see if it's gonna be this map or if it's gonna be another map. Just a few more seconds to go. The yays have it, so it looks like we will have a new map. So we're just waiting for the host. And there we go. Okay, there we go. So it looks like both teams use the remap tokens. Whatever the next map will be, it will be the final one, as far as I know. So I do hope we're not gonna have another one of these sessions of, you know, talking about the first 8 turns. It kind of gets old, but I do ask for your patience, guys. Patience. It's a virtue. So again, we do have 2 continents. This time we have a bigger continent in the middle. Of course, the North Pole is extremely big in the middle part of the map, as you can see. Less tundra overall, though. I do think less tundra overall, and I don't see Canada. Oh, I see Canada. Okay, never mind. Oh, Canada, very good spawn. Oh my god, this is gonna be a free win for Nekst Vigraem. Wow, I did a remap. Wow. So Canada spawned alone with a lot of tundra, with his own continent, that is the middle continent. So it looks like we might actually have a free win Canada here. We're gonna see how this will fare, but let's check it out very quickly over the map, glance over the map. Where is Pericles? That is the only civilization in the game that could actually counter Canada's spawn of culture. So yeah, there we go. We got Abel Breaming here, spawning in the southeast part. He's near his allies, so he's safe actually. He could go for his Acropolis, spam them out, go for autocracy, get some wonders. He has quite a few, I would say, decent chops, because this is rainforest, so you don't have the full production that you usually get from chops. But yeah, spices, 3-3 spices, 2-3-1 ivories. I mean, it's not bad. It's not too shabby. It's a good spawn. Chocolate Hills in the middle here. He could go for it. As we've seen yesterday, and this will be probably a deciding factor later on in the game, will he go for a religion or some kind of faith generation? Because yesterday, one of the major factors of Codenose and I guess not winning the game was the fact that he didn't have enough faith generation to buy his rock bands, so he only bought like maybe 2 of them in the full game. And even if he got a few concerts going with good-ish results, 3,000 tourism each, it wasn't enough to overcome the lack of tourism overall, so or get back in the tourism game. So we do have on the east continent, we have Destroyer here with Persia spawning to the north of Sandro Games Scythia, and there must be one player alone. Oh, we got Distoria to the south of Scythia here. So we're gonna see another iteration of the Roman/Scythian war that we've seen yesterday. This time it's gonna be between Distoria that's playing Rome and Sandro Games playing Scythia. It's not gonna be Jessica versus Courtney. Even though that was a very good performance from her, by the way, killing Corny so early in the game. She did actually go on in the game and killed another player, that was CivRus. CivRus has been, I guess, occupied with the Northern War between him and Pericles for most of the game. Not to mention, sometimes there were some Norwegian units that were coming, like, you know, like barbarians, and trying to pillage everything and take one of his cities. So yeah, he was a little bit taken aback by all of that pressure on him. Aya Nurtashev, thank you very much for the follow and welcome. Yes, of Bitcoin. Yes, that is exactly what happened yesterday. We had Jessica kill Corny with Rome, and then going around the continent, around like a sliver of tiles. There were mountain tiles to the south, and killed CivRus as well. Victoria, that is a good question. Where is Victoria? Victoria to the north. Look at that. Pelman here. Ooh. Not that good of a... Oh, look at this. Oh my god. Look at this. 3 Riff plus 6 campus over here. Nice. Nice. Why did he want to go on the T tile? He's going to have a plus 3 harbor over there. Oh well, I guess it's still good. We are... So he's gonna have an extra amenity, he's gonna have deer to work, he's gonna have a good campus in his second city, depending on where he wants to settle. Maybe the tip here or here. We're gonna have to wait and see. But I don't know, I don't feel like the T what is the best solution here. Why did this T get all of his movement? I see it's grassland, so... Where did he... Why? What? You see he doesn't have movement, right? So what happened here? Oh, he went across the river. Did he go from the 2-1 to the T tile? I guess it's the wrong... the animation is actually confusing me. Well, I should say the positioning of the units there towards the south instead of like towards the east. Yeah, I think that is correct. I am silver forever. I think he did cross the river, not probably from the 2-1 tile to the T tile. Yesterday, TBD managed to win turn 130. They kind of CC'd, or I should say Zone of Control CC'd a few times before TBD was getting the science victory. There was no way they could have stopped it anymore. They had a chance to go for Diplo victory, but one of the TBD players did snatch Statue of Liberty. Very, very big brain play there with good use of an engineer. Not to mention, we did have Almok there snatching the 1500 production for spaceports. For spaceport projects, so he got an instant project in the fourth one. He got the fourth project for free, I should say, in the Science Victory here, the fourth project, Exoplanet Expedition. And then he just, with Royal Society, he just spammed those terrestrial laser station projects, and that was it. So he was, at the moment they CC'd, he had like +7 light years per turn, and there were still 8 turns to go until the next Congress, so there was no way they could have gotten. Zone of Control was 2 points away from getting. So it looks like they will re-lobby this, I believe. So let's quickly re-lobby and fix this. Not sure exactly what was wrong here. I'm guessing they had a few issues with maybe some desyncs here. Let's see. Rome couldn't move and settle. Okay, thank you for that update. Still waiting. And there we have it, the lobby link. And let's just get back into the lobby. This was the old way of doing things, by the way. I don't want to point that out. We did have Jack Generator here in the stream chat who did provide us with this UI changing mod. It does give us, I think, good tools for esports, or at least takes us a little, a few steps further in the esport of Civilization gaming. We do have the Spectators mod. We do have the UI to change and ban civilizations and pick civilizations. We got the automatic remap that you've seen earlier. There are still some bugs that we have to work out, but we're doing our best to give Jack the Narrator as many logs as possible so he can shift through them and find the information he needs to take the bugs out or hammer them out. That is always how it goes, and unfortunately we didn't get that much support from Fireaxis. We would love a lot more support from Fireaxis, and we of course appreciate the fact that they are putting so much new content into this game and leveling out a lot of the civilizations, or I should say balancing them out. And of course I do want to point out, for some time now we have seen increased stability in network connectivity. Maybe it is because we've seen players that play from the same continent more often. So for example, we've seen a lot more EU based games or only US based games or stuff, or between 2 continents instead of trying to connect 4 different continents. There was that issue at some point, but overall I think the stability of the games has been greatly improved in the few updates that we had in the last 6 months. I'm just waiting here for every player in the game to actually join. I think, actually I don't know if Destroyer is in. Lich is asking actually the same thing, so I'm guessing he's not in. Kacheka as well. There is some problems here with our Russian caster. It looks like he has some strong winds outside his house or something like that, and he's a little worried his internet will not be up to the task of continuing this game. So let's see if he can or not. We're just waiting for him right now. Gonna rejoin real quick so I can see both of them. Let's fix that. And we do have a replacement caster. It looks like Ulysse might be the one who's gonna replace Kacheka's second caster here. Oh wait, what? What happened now? Lol, the game booted me off. I was saying so many beautiful things about the game. I think I jinxed it again. Oh my god, this is... Ulysse will probably be streaming in French for the French community. He's, as far as I know, either from France or Canada. I could actually check that. Let me see if I can find his name in here somewhere. He must be somewhere, but I don't see him. Where is he? Oh, okay, never mind. He left. Yeah, he's gonna probably be back. Come on, let's go. Let's do this. Let's see the response. Let's see and talk a bit about those city states. And as far as I know, both teams did use the remap tokens. Actually, let's ask that here.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water to the...
Iwokaro, thank you very much for the follow. We're just loading back into the game and hopefully we're not going to have any more issues. I don't think there will be. If both teams did choose the remap token last time, we're not going to see another iteration of this map unless there is a technical remap, which I don't think there is. In the meantime, yeah, there we go. So we do have Pelman here in the northwest with England. Will he settle in place? Will he go for the T? Not sure, but I think settling in place might actually give him a better city than going on the T tile, even if that T tile is an extra amenity at the beginning. I personally would really love that +6 campus and the harbor that I get here, but sure, maybe he sees that T tile as a useless tile to work anyway across the river. Usually it's not that good to work, by the way, even if you improve it with some feudalism, even if you improve it with the +2 gold you get from irrigation. Not that good to work overall. Anyway, and that was England. Let's check out Dido's pawn to the south. Here we got Phoenicia on the same coast as England. As you can see, they're probably gonna have some naval skirmish. We're gonna see at what point in the game. At the moment, for example, Leech does not see that coal tile, so don't worry, that is a 1-3 tile, it's not a 1-5. We only see as spectators, we see the coal underneath there, and it gives it extra production. He does have an amazing spawn though. He has 2-3 deer and 4-2 spices in his capital. That will be amazing to work. Hopefully he's not gonna reveal iron before he places, you know, a campus over here or something else other than a mine. Actually he does have a good campus over here as well. Let's see how he will play this. Not good Cothans though. Not actually, he doesn't have any good Cothans. This is quite unnerving. Usually what naval civilizations rely upon is getting their free inquiry bonus, and that means science that you get from harbors. So the bigger the harbors or the better the harbors, you're gonna get the better output for your free inquiry. Not to mention you're gonna get production from shipyards. Shipyards do the same, right? They give you production from adjacency of your harbors, and of course they do get a bonus from naval, from doubling your harbor bonus. So let's put it up on the screen here. On the shipyard, is it shipyard? Yes, shipyard. So there we go. They do get bonus production equal to the adjacency bonus of the harbor district. Even if that is Phoenicia, and it will get, of course, the Cotton will provide it extra production towards the boats, and he's gonna get faster settlers. I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough to counter England here, that will get some good harbors. Not a lot of them, but some good harbors. Let's see. Let's see overall in the game. Let's not wait that much on two spawns. Let's go. Next up, we got Greece. We did talk a little bit about it in the first session. He had those amazing 2-3-1 ivory tiles, and it looks like this time he actually went for one of them. I think he spawned on the 1-3 and moved across the river. That's why he doesn't have any more movement. He's actually gonna get to settle two of them. Interesting. Not sure if I would have gone for that choice, honestly. But maybe that's just me. I do like Goddess of the Hunt. Every time I can pick it, extra production, extra food from those camps is amazing. And just look at these ivory tiles. They're so juicy. Oh yeah. Anyway, good mountains all around. We do have him spawning next to Chocolate Hills. That's gonna be extremely useful to work. And I think if he wants to go holy sites, he's gonna have good holy sites adjacencies from the mountains, and of course the wonder. The wonder, each tile of a wonder does provide the +2 adjacency to your holy sites. So basically having Chocolate Hills will give you +4 holy sites, right? Let's check it out. This was the western continent. We did have in the middle here Canada, Colento, which I was saying, and this was I think my first comment when I saw his spawn. This is probably gonna be free sim Canada, unless somebody manages to get to his continent and somehow stop him from simming. I don't think there's any way you can stop a free Canada Colento going for a culture victory. CMY TBRN, thank you very much for the follow. And you are saying something, Damodar, about Divine Spark. You think Greece here will go for Divine Spark? That could be the case. That could be. I mean, he does need the Oracle. He does need Divine Spark, and he's gonna need as much help as he can get to actually outsim Canada in the culture department. As we know, Canada is one of the best, I would say, civilizations to go for a culture victory. Homer love me, thank you very much for the follow, and also Solo Civ6, welcome. You guys are from LSA, right? Solo, you are from Low Skills Animals, if I'm not mistaken. Are you the same Solo? And hello there, Begrol, welcome. Long time no see. Where are you, man? Where have you been? To the north of the eastern continent, we do have Persia here, destroyer, with Scythia and Rome, as we were looking, as I'm trying to remember what was happening. Persia did spawn with Amber next to him, and of course another 2-3 deer. So overall, it does look like BBS is working as intended. It did provide most of the civilizations in the game with the same amount of food and production. And also I would like to thank Achilles 55555 for the follow and Antkiss. Welcome, guys, welcome, and I do hope you're gonna enjoy your stay here as we watch this skirmish between Ulysse and Nekst Vigraem. This is gonna be interesting. If Ulysse will manage to get a win here, they will surely be tied with TBD, and TBD will have extra pressure tomorrow to win their game. It's gonna be interesting. Who's gonna get the second slot? This is now a race for the second slot in the Group B, so it's an extreme amount of pressure on Ulysse to get a win here. Ellie666, welcome and thank you for the follow.
In July 1965,
Let's talk a little bit about the city-states. We do have Namadol, Kumasi and Mohenjo-Daro as the culture city-states. Vatican City, Yerevan and Kandy. Ooh, nice city-state for Canada here. And I guess Pericles. As the religious city-states, we don't really have a religious civilization in the game though, so maybe Canada will go for it. Not sure, we're gonna see. At the moment he's putting his production into getting a scout. He did get his warrior here and another scout. No, he doesn't have a scout yet, so okay, never mind. Akkad, Valletta and Lahore. Ooh, Lahore is in the game, interesting. Lahore is a new city-state implemented with the Frontier Pass, or revealed I should say, with the Frontier Pass, and it does give a unique unit. Your abilities will, your cities will be able to train the Nihang units. These units are not the usual units. If you are familiar with, for example, how the mechanics work in Civilization 6, not Civilization 6, what was the name? There was another game from Firaxis, that is Beyond Earth. If you are familiar with Beyond Earth, Lahore's units basically work the same. Once you get to an extra barracks, extra armory, extra military academy building in the encampment, you'll get extra bonus. It's on the units, not sure exactly how much, but it was something like +7 for each building, and they upgrade all across the board. The same happens in the Beyond Earth, where you reach an extra level in your I guess affinity bonuses. If you go supremacy, if you go purity, or whatever the third one was called. 013, both of them, as far as I know, use the remaps. They didn't actually answer my question, but I think both of them, there was the majority was saying yay, so I think that was the outcome. I did ask before we were loading into the game, but yeah, I think at turn 8, if nobody pauses, that's gonna be it. This is gonna be the map we're gonna play in. I do have to mention more city-states. Zanzibar and Lisbon will be the commercial ones, and Mexico City will be the only industrial city-state in the game. So overall, we do have culture city-states, we do have religious city-states, quite a lot of them. We have military city-states, and I think Zulu here will be quite happy if he chooses a few of them. Let's see if he manages to. He will get extra protection for building units, and not to mention he's probably going to build the buildings inside of them anyway. As I was saying before in the previous, well, I should say before the relobbies and everything, there was some love put into the encampment buildings, and of course now armories provide niter and the military academies provide oil. That is another reason to go for encampments, and one of the civilizations that really likes their encampments is Zulu. Vevetek for Eek, thank you very much for the follow. And Aragorn, thank you very much, welcome. I guess you are all coming from Kacheka's stream. I'm really sorry something happened to his stream, and hopefully you're gonna have a good time here. I'm gonna do my best to get this cast in English. Unfortunately, I do not know that much of Russian, but I do know spasiba and davai. Plated 44, thank you very much for the follow. And Andrew A, are you? Oh, are you Andrew? Are you that Andrew? Any wonders? That is a good question. Let's take a look, just a glance over the map. We got Crater Lake to the north part of the map here. It's probably not going to be settled by anyone. Maybe England at some point, but it's kind of in a weird place. So he needs to get there. I did see Chocolate Hills that was near Greece here. And looks like he's already sending a settler towards it, and look at that, it looks like Mr. Jack the Ripper here just got a free unit. That is what is happening whenever you step with a unit on a meteor tile, I guess, or a meteor shower tile. Another wonder, do we have another wonder? Let's check it out. We do need to have 4 wonders, right? So let's check them out. Any wonder? Ooh, the great volcano wonder in the tundra that I cannot pronounce is to the north part of the map here. Probably not going to be settled by anyone anytime soon. We're going to have here Persia that's not even going to scout it. He doesn't, or he can actually scout it, never mind. He does have a 1 tile connection, but it is desert between here and there, so yeah, it's not ideal terrain even for Persia to settle that. In the meantime, I think we did have these two meet each other. We did have Rome meet Scythia, but I do want to check that. I didn't see any kind of war declaration. And by the way, guys, we are past turn 8. So this is the map. This is going to be the map. We are turn 11, and we're going to see another skirmish played out between Scythia and Rome. This time, Distoria will get the pleasure of playing against Sandro Games, that is on his favorite civilization, that is Scythia. I think I've seen him play it the most in the previous games. Ooh, going for, look at this. This is Sandro Games going for a casino move on his settler. Will this be flooded next turn? Will he lose a settler here? This is awkward. This is gonna be an awkward moment if that happens. Yeah, I don't recommend this, guys. This is not. Oh my god, it lived, guys. It lived. The settler lived. Sandro Games. Oh my god. This is... Wow. What were the chances of him moving a settler there and the land around it flooded and he lived? The settler lived. Oh my god. This was, I mean, Sandro Games at this point is one of the luckiest players in this particular game. Not getting totally erased here because he is moving a settler next to floodable terrain without even worrying about it. Oh my god, what is this? Will it flood another time? What are the chances of the river flooding another time after he crosses that? They're like slim to none, but I mean, what were the chances in the first one? Okay, so he will get to settle his city on the tobacco tile, getting an extra amenity, extra faith working that will provide him with a faster pantheon, I guess. And that's one thing that we should check. Let's see who's making faith. We got Central Games making 2 faith, we got Pelman making 2, we got Jack the Ripper making 2 faith, and I guess the rest ones are using already the God King card. We are at that point in the game, but we already see 6 faith, 9 faith on Rome. That's easy to predict. He did get that free monument and another one in Antium, so he did get to his God King card much faster than the other players. And then we have Pelman on 8 faith in the bank, so in 4 turns or 2 turns he was making 2, right? Yeah. In 2 turns he will get his pantheon. Will he go for God of the Sea, or will he go for something else? What do you think, guys? What do you think would be the best choice here as a pantheon for England? Looking at his land, looking at his, I guess, lack of fish. He only has like 2 fish, and probably one of them will get destroyed by the harbor, or chopped, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, and it looks like Zulu did find England to the northwest here, and it is past the CAD, so I'm pretty sure Jack wants to further settle England as soon as possible. You think God of War would be a good choice here? Well, I guess God of War would give him extra points to his harbors. He's probably gonna have already a lot of points coming from his Royal Navy dockyards. As we know, Victoria does get 2 instead of 1, so he's gonna make 3 instead of 1. That's gonna be interesting. It's probably gonna guarantee all of the admirals if he does that, but will probably irrelevant Phoenicia here for sure. Phoenicia does not have a good God of the Sea spawn either. He has a few fish here and there, and I guess one that is 3 tiles away from his capital, another crab that is 3 tiles away from his capital, but he's already on his 3rd settler. Look at that. He's moving his settle to the north here. He did settle Sidon in the meantime, and it looks like he does have quite a bit of land to settle. Not that good as religious settlements. He got religious settlements. Wow, this was okay. Pelman going for 4 cities here. This is gonna be interesting. What's he gonna do now? Okay, so he's going for monuments at this point, so he's clearly wanting those wanting that early oligarchy, not to mention getting on the civic tree much faster. That is the bonuses that you get from the monument. Of course, the +2 culture will help you in the long term quite a lot. Imagine at the beginning of the game, for example, Jack the Ripper does not have a monument and only 1 city. He's only making 2 culture attack, and we have a pause. Why do we have a pause? What's happening? Central Games here pausing. No, I did not. I did not see the 4th wonder in the game. I guess I can check it out a little bit more. Not sure exactly, and that was what I was waiting for, but my chat is bugged. As you can see, I can't see a thing here. Not sure exactly how to fix this. If anybody knows a fix to this, it would be greatly appreciated. I only found 3 wonders in the game. That was the Volcano Wonder, Chocolate Hills, and Crater Lake over here. Oh, there we go. Gobustan. Gobustan is the fourth wonder of this map. Canada will have it probably at some point in the game. He's making another settlement in Fortens, and he is going for holy site. An interesting choice of a holy site. He did place it on a +2 faith tile adjacent to the mountain, and of course the 2 forests around it. That will give him the +2. And let's see. I was looking at the beginning when I saw Scythia here, and I was looking at Rome's third city of Ostia, and I'm thinking at this point, man, I do feel quite bad for Scythia. I'm not sure if he's gonna have enough of everything to actually defend this city. The city is across the river, so that means, for example, Rome will get an extra advantage on that city, instead of Scythia getting an extra advantage from getting a river defense bonus. You do have that when you cross the river, for example. I don't see a unit. Yes, I do see a unit here. It doesn't show me the defense. There we go. So if I click on this, oh, it had the, never mind. It just moved on another tile. Oh, they're actually moving close together there. Okay, interesting. So I'm worried. I'm really worried here about Scythia. Really worried. Historia is one of those players that really likes his early wars, and I think in this case, and as we've seen yesterday, those legions can be really dangerous. I'm not sure if Scythia here will have what it takes to withstand a legion attack, a full-on legion attack. He does have Destroyer to the north of him, and maybe he will help at some point with some immortals or some horses or something, but it is quite a few tiles to go towards the front lines here, towards the city of Neapolis. And also he spent a lot of gold at this point. Maybe he will get funded by England, but still, in the meantime, he spent a lot of gold. It looks like we got Dystoria on 5 and 9 culture already. He's gonna hit oligarchy extremely fast. He's probably gonna have legions soon enough. One thing that I do have to note, his iron is actually in the city of Ostia. So he has only one iron tile, that is this one. I don't think this is iron, right? It doesn't tell me yet, so he needs to discover it. This is the moment he actually discovered bronze working, so he sees the iron tiles. I don't see iron in his first 2 cities, but actually there is one, but it's really here in the south, and Sandro Games has one scout there, that is Scythia, and he's gonna need to improve this iron as soon as possible. Those legions will take a lot from him. He's going for 3 cities into encampment. That's I'm not sure if he will have the time to get it, and I think the story here will not even bother with encampment. Will just go directly on him, and that is extremely dangerous here. I'm not sure how you feel about this, but it is my gut feeling. Scythia will lose a city, at least the city of Neapolis, until he manages to get back on his feet. Maybe not having such a, balls deep kind of city, it would have been much better. Maybe, I'm sorry for that expression, but that's how it looks. I mean, he's right in his face. He's like, at his nose. Yeah. Anyway, let's get the poll going. We have the settles. We do see how the players chose to settle their first cities. With this, we do see, of course, the city states that are in this game, and as you were asking me, I did point out the wonders that are in the game. Some of the pantheons have already been chosen. We got religious settlements. We got let's see who's next in the pantheon stage. We got Earth Goddess chosen here by Canada, City Patron by Mr. Persia. We're probably gonna see God of the Forge. There we go, on Rome. Ooh, that is, I don't know, man. That is feeling very bad here. Maybe Ulysse will get a win here. I don't know. Man. So the question is simple. I did put up a poll. You can access it from the top part of the stream chat using that drop down arrow, and just cast your votes. We do have a high probability of Scythia getting either taken over completely by Rome, and probably Rome will go against Persia as well. On the other continent, we have a high probability England will probably survive for quite some time, but at some point in the game just die to Zulu. The problem overall is Canada. Canada on the Nekst Vigraem team is going to be allowed to sim as much as possible in the middle of the continent here on the top part of the map. You can see he's not going to be in any kind of danger. So basically free sim for our Canada here. Canada is being played by Colento. He's an experienced culture player, a culture victory player. He really knows how to get the culture victory as soon as possible. He knows how to do the projects at the right time and get the early early great people as soon as possible. So what do you think? What do you feel about this? What is the stream chat feel about this? We got a few votes going on right now. Players are voting for Nekst Vigraem. Of course, we do have the Russian community right here on stream with us, and they are cheering for their fans. That is the Nekst Vigraem team. And then we're probably going to have the French players and the French fans going for Ulysse. Ulysse is fighting for the second place in the Group B of the fourth week of the Civilization World Cup Season 2. Only 2 teams are allowed to go into the next stages of this tournament, and of course the 2 places of the group is actually what you need. So we need to find out. We need to find out who of these teams, TBD and Ulysse, will actually go into the next stage. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be an amazing game overall. Even if we're gonna have Scythia die here, maybe we're gonna see an amazing defense being put up by Scythia with Persia. At the moment it looks like Persia did get there, and I think they figured out what's gonna happen here. We do have on the technology tree, we got Dystoria 6 turns away from getting iron working, and I don't think he boosted it. Oh, he did boost it, never mind. He just improved the mine, so it's 6 turns away from getting his legions. On Scythia, we got 2 turns from archery, and oh my god, he's moving away. He's trying to get the general, and it looks like he might actually get one. Only Zulu has general points at this point in the game. He does have one Ikanda out, and he's trying to get another one. He's making projects. He might actually go for deny here for all generals. So the sooner he gets Scythia gets a general, the better. He does need his strategic resources up. He picked God of Craftsman as his pantheon of choice. That will give him extra production, extra faith. Scythia is one of the few civilizations in the game, I think the only one that could buy units with faith without Grandmaster Chapel. That is at the beginning of the game. He's allowed to pick or to buy sakas if he has the technology, horses if he has the technology. So, and later on he could buy heavy chariots as well. So again, amazing ability. Not sure if he's gonna have enough faith to do that. It does cost 60, I believe, for one horse, and like 80 for a Saka or something like that, or vice versa. I'm not sure. We got 46% of the stream chat going for Team Ulysse. That is 57 votes right now, still going on, still counting, and Nekst Vigraem is getting 54% of the of your votes. It looks like the stream is not decided yet on what's gonna happen in this game, and we overall will probably have a good game here, a nice war-like game. Not sure if he's gonna go to late game, so it will all depend on Pelman's ability to defend himself against Zulu. Zulu, as we know, does get early cores, early armies. He's gonna have some unique units which he will probably not work. And in the meantime, it looks like he is trying to go and deny the general from Scythia or anyone else in the game. Scythia is the only one who actually needs it. So let's see if that will work. He's making 2 projects, one from his capital city, one from his I'm not sure why it's Jack and Michael here. One from his second city, or third city. And there we go. It actually, it is 50-50, but one single vote more in Nekst Vigraem right now. It is so many. 72 votes were casted for Nekst Vigraem and 71 for Ulysse. That is how close everybody feels at this moment in time about the outcome of this game, and I do think it is close. Not sure if Canada will pull off a culture victory here. Not sure if his teammates will die much sooner than he thinks they will die. He does have an amazing start, by the way, with that Earth Goddess. He's getting so much faith in the bank right now. He's making 17 faith a turn with only a +2 holy site. He did get that holy site and he's starting to get great powerful points, but he didn't get a shrine yet, so he's not gonna get a fast religion. And I didn't see him make any projects. If he makes only one project, he's gonna get it in a few turns, but yeah, not that soon. Zevi, thank you very much for the follow. So most of the action, the early action in this game will probably be here between Scythia and Rome. Scythia does get, of course, the +5 against injured units, and we do have a few of pre-builds from the Historia on the front lines already. We got the warriors setting up there. They are fortified as much as possible, and he doesn't want to get them hurt yet. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, I clicked on a user that I shouldn't have, and I get this. Oh my god. Okay. What is Dido doing? Dido, it looks like he's spamming away settles. He did put his government plaza next to that city center, and it does look like he's gonna occupy that iron tile. Maybe his teammates told him that it's iron next to him and next to his city, and it's a good thing, from my opinion, that he didn't actually improve it and just placed government plaza there. It was an awkward position, to say the least, for that iron to be in. He's gonna get a better Cawthon out of it. He's gonna get a much better campus with that reef tile and the mountain and a government plaza building next to it. So overall, I think it's a good place to have your thing in your government plaza. So one more turn, and I think Scythia will get his general. It looks like Zulu got the second. Oh no, Rome got one. Zulu will get another one, and next turn we're gonna have Sandro Games here pick another one. Oh, Zulu will get actually two more. Ooh, what? Let's see what's gonna happen here. Oh, unfortunately, I don't think. Oh my god, Sandro Games is one slot lower than Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper will manage to deny the second one. He's gonna die. Oh, unfortunate here, unfortunate, very unfortunate. He didn't have a builder, an extra builder to chop that project. And even if he will have enough points next turn, he's not gonna be allowed to get it, right? Because of Zulu. That is, yes, I can show Greece, but let's check it out here. So we do have Scythia. Is it gonna be enough though? So he has he's making 4 projects. He has got the War and Plunder, 2 projects coming out next turn. Does he have any kind of, let's see, technology finishing? He has state workforce. That's a civic that might actually be enough to boost the production needed for one single project. Let's see. Next turn is extremely crucial. I'm gonna go back to Greece. Just give me a moment here. We really need to see this. If Scythia does, oh my god, he finished both of them, and he got the general. That's it. That's it. He got 2 generals, one for Rome. Even with that early spam, unfortunate here. Scythia will, like, the chances of Scythia living here just went to like 15 to 20%. Amazing gameplay there from Jack the Ripper. He did get the generals. He denied it for his team, and guaranteeing the Historia the upper hand here on the war between him and Scythia. He's gonna need Scythia here will need as much help as he can get from Persia. And now let's go back and see what's happening here. Abel Brimi did settle 4 cities, that is Athens, Corinth, Argos, and Sparta. One of them is on Chocolate Hills. As you can see, he has another settler going on the other side of Chocolate Hills. He is behind Zulu, and that is, I guess, the best place you can be. Zulu being his shield against any kind of intruder. And Dido will help him on the sea. They don't have that much land, but I don't think he needs that much land. He just needs right now to spam out those acropolises, sim a little bit, and start making those points into, of course, great writers, great artists, and musicians. There's nobody with a campus in this game. Wow, interesting. Hypatia is up. That is the first classical era great scientist. It does provide a free library, and all libraries provide +1 science. I think Sandro Games here is quite mad at this point. He got outplayed. Both of them got outplayed. Not sure if he could have done anything more than this other than chopping that project. But the only problem was he needed units, and more than needing units, he needed the strategic resources to upgrade his units. Maybe he could have relied a little bit more on, for example, Destroyer here that is to his north. Destroyer at the moment is spamming out settlers, getting, as you can see, 3 more settlers, one from Pazargard, Tushpa, and Gordian. And on the technology tree, it does look like he's working writing. He's not working bronze working or iron working. One thing that I do have to note, he doesn't have iron. Where is he? Wait a second. What? This is... Oh my god, his only iron tile is to the north here. So even if he would have worked bronze working, he wouldn't have a tile to improve, which is kind of a feels bad moment. And yes, Bob, I totally agree. Persia needs to come to the rescue of Scythia. Scythia, as we've seen yesterday, is not able to take on those legions with a general. The legions are a little bit more powerful than the normal swords. I'm gonna put them up on the screen here so everybody can hear can see what's going on. The legions are, as far as I know, 4 melee strength higher than a normal swordsman. As you can see here, the normal swordsman has 36 melee strength, and the legion has 40. It also gets a build charge, that is usually you get to build your forts, or you can chop the tiles you're on. And usually players that are playing Rome and they do want a fast war, if they have the resources, the strategic resources needed, they just chop more legions. You get a legion, you chop another legion, and so on and so forth. In the meantime, it looks like Scythia did go for his archers, trying to spam as many archers as possible from his cities. He does have a God of Craftsman, getting extra production from his military or strategic resources, I should say. But there we go. This Storia just got to the point of getting his legions. He did put 1 in the city of Ostia in the build queue, 1 warrior, and it just got transformed into legions. The problem is, I think, getting strategic resources. Let's check out how many strategics do they have, especially iron. There is 19 iron on Distoria, 2 iron on Jack, and 2 iron on Abel. So okay, 3 of their civilizations actually make iron. That is good. On Nekst Vigraem, we got 20 horses on Destroyer, which is not useful. We got iron and horses for Sandro Games, and we got only horses for Pelman. So somebody needs to improve 1 more iron tile until it's too late here. Maybe Pelman here on he has a builder next to an iron tile. I don't think he has bronze working though. From what I can see, he actually, let's check it out. Pelman going for celestial navigation. Okay, interesting. A little bit of banter there. Sandro Games saying that he was a good boy. He's asking for mercy. The Historia probably wants to get revenge for all of those previous games they played together. So is he gonna get it today? Do you think there is any way here for Scythia to win this? Does he have? Wait, does he have? I think he just got horseback riding. Not sure if he actually has. I don't think he has. He was kind of far behind. Yeah, he doesn't have iron working. He just has horseback riding. Getting a horse in 2 turns, that might not be enough time for him to save his warriors. As you can see, the legions against the warriors. That's a warrior with 45 defense, but it is not in a hilly terrain, or hilly forested terrain, so it doesn't receive that extra defensive bonus. So it is problematic. Swords are better. They do get the higher strength. Maybe with a double support bonus on the horses, you can get higher strength at some point if you get a lot of them. But I think the swords are just better overall. The problem here is the positioning. So it doesn't look like, well, first of all, I was pointing this out. I don't like the positioning of his city. It is across the river. He won't get the +5. That would be amazing here to defend against any kind of aggressor next to the city. And overall, these units are not getting the best that they could get from the lands they're on, or the tiles they're on. So for example, this legion, even without the 45 bonus, it gets +6 from ideal terrain. You get +3 if you're on a hill. You get an extra +3 if that hill has a forest or a rainforest turret. So because of that, you're gonna have a +6, and then you get the support bonus or flanking bonus or whatever else you might need. That is what I'm worried about. These warriors in front, okay, there are some warriors. They're probably gonna get slaughtered here. Look at that. The legions basically almost one-shot the warriors. Even with 45 defense, that is the +6 you get if you keep your unit 45 for at least 2 turns, and then it is a +3 from the hill. But this warrior, this is not on a hill. So for example, he just needs to shoot it down with 1 archer and then attack it with the legion behind. What could happen here is Sandro Games shooting down the legion right after it attacks that. But I mean, this is, we're talking about +4 from Oligarchy. We're talking about +5 from the general. This is a lot of strength on it. I do have to note one thing. If the horses get extra strength from support bonus, if you get the promotions, the swordsman will get the extra strength from Oligarchy, and of course the Oligarchic legacy card. So they do kind of balance themselves out on that regard. In defensive situations, you won't need to move your units anyway, so I'm not sure if horses are the best defensive units you could get. I think the reasoning behind him choosing horses is just that he wants enough strategics, or he needs enough strategic resources to withstand an attack here. So that is, I think, the main problem. He didn't have enough iron, or they didn't have enough iron on all over the land to actually get him what he needed. They're not making that much gold, as you can see in the gold tab. 8, 5, 6, 8. I mean, that's not enough gold. So it would have been extremely expensive to go for that. Ooh, why did he? Okay, interesting. Okay, so this is the positioning. It looks like Sandro Games is positioning as many horses as possible on the front lines while keeping his archers behind them. He will get quite a few shots here. Let's see exactly what target he will choose. This legion is with enough movement to promote himself. He is only 1 shot away from promoting himself. Also, one thing that I do have to know, Scythia gets the +5 whenever a unit is injured. So if the Historia manages to keep attacking with units that are not injured, that's gonna be very useful for him. Another thing that Scythia could use is just try to dwindle down, or just take a little bit health off of the Historia's units, just so he cannot have a unit that is fully healed all the time, or with full health all the time, I should say. Yeah, those archers, once they will get their promotions off, and of course they're getting the +5, maybe he can get victory in here, they're gonna start doing a lot of damage. And once those Sakas will come onto the field, and maybe he can buy some of those with faith. He is making 5 faith a turn, that is 12 turns for a unit, for example, to buy with faith. That's not that bad. So let's see how this will play out. It looks like at the moment it doesn't feel like the Historia will get a free kill here. Sandro Games, as much as possible, is putting up a defensive wall and trying to stop the invasion of these legions into his land. If he will be successful, we're gonna need to find out in a few turns. I think it's gonna be quite a few turns actually until we're gonna find out. These legions do a lot of damage. I mean, these archers are getting almost one shot. And there are a lot more archers coming from Rome's main cities. As you can see, 4 more archers coming over the rivers here. Anything happening anywhere else? We got Zulu spamming away settlers. We got him making a few campuses here and there. We got an early skirmish on the water. It looks like Phoenicia did find out England and sent some biremes on the water. The biremes are, of course, higher strength than the galleys. As you can see, the damage on the biremes is 35 base, while the galleys are only 30. Both of them actually have oligarchy, I think. Yeah, they both have oligarchy, the +4 that you get from oligarchy, and at the moment that bireme has a +7, so against naval units. So yeah, Bellman here will need to keep. He's actually going for it. Wow, he's gonna lose 2 galleys. Unfortunately, it's all up to the first moves here, but it looks like that bireme will kill one and then another one. He actually got, oh my god, he managed to get one of his galleys out of there. Okay, that's lucky. I guess fast moves here from Pellman. And let's go back to our war. It looks like there's nothing happening here. No. Still, oh, okay, that legion swapped. Or did it? There was a level 1 there, so I don't think it swapped. These horses just don't pack the punch to go against the legions outright, as you can see. It's kind of weird. They are only 42 strength against the 61 strength legions on defense. Extremely high strength legions for classical units. This is turn 32. What he needs right now, I think, is walls. He has an impressive wall of units here. He has quite a few archers behind it. He needs, it looks like he's actually pre-building some swords behind it, but he needs walls. Is he actually taking walls? It looks like he's getting iron working in 2. It is boosted for him, so yeah, iron working in 2, and then probably going for masonry. That is the walls technology. Did that? Oh my god, that horse just suicided into the Legion? Wow. So, yeah. Not ideal. Oh my god. Yeah, this is painful. Painful. I mean... Not sure how, but it looks like these English galleys actually managed to get the drop on one of those biomes, and another one is running away with very low HP. So, good job here, Pellman. He did manage to defend himself against the early aggression of Dido. Dido wasn't actually interested to follow up with that attack. He's more interested... Oh, there is a fifth one there. Look at that Galapagos here. It's on the sea in the Pantalastic Ocean. So yeah, I was saying Phoenicia is more interested in settling more cities than actually going into a war now against England. England will probably need to do the same. He did get the city of Mexico City, and it's probably going for more here. Not sure exactly where he's sending his galleys. But he's gonna need to defend himself against Jack the Ripper at some point in the game. Jack is probably gonna get more technologies. Maybe a timed cuirassier push here against England, but England will have quite a bit of science himself, so he might get the technology needed to defend against that. So yeah, in the meantime, let's see what's happening. The city of Neapolis will probably be taken this turn. I don't see a way he could defend this. Yeah, 3 hits from those legions and the city's dead. And he does have movement on all of them. These are just 2 high strength units. Getting punished hard for settling that city so close to Rome. That is one of the things that you don't want to do. Also, Jack the Ripper did play a big role, like in this war. He did manage to snatch that general from Scythia. It would have been amazing to have it, but yeah, he doesn't. So at this point, he's losing on that +5, the extra +5 that the general would have given him. And I think he's just waiting for the attack here with his archers, and if one of those legions will bump into the city, he might actually... Yeah, there we go, the last move attack. Will it be enough? Oh my god, yeah, okay, so he did. No, he didn't. Wow, that Legion. Oh my god, he made the live on one. Dystoria here with the fast moves. It looks like he did manage to get two of CTS units. That horse that was inside the city and the horse next to it that was low HP, but should have had enough health. In the meantime, looks like Dystoria did lose one Legion and he's probably gonna lose another one. Let's check it out. Yes, he will probably lose another one. Evgen Ven, thank you very much for the follow. In the meantime, behind that attack, it looks like Destroyer is getting more settlers out and getting probably help for Scythia, hopefully. It doesn't look like Destroyer here has enough of science and culture to keep up with this attack if it doesn't... if it's not successful. Already, as you can see, once Destroyer settled the city, he got a free builder, so that means he did get the Ancestral Hall in his government plaza as the building of choice, and he will get to improve his land very, very fast. He did get City Patreon Gunners, so he's getting 50% more production into his first district in the city. And from what I can see, Scythia here might actually defend this interestingly enough. That's another Legion gone. Carrot Monster and Zov, thank you very much for the follows and welcome. Yeah, that is, I mean, for settling Rome is not a good idea. Not to mention Rome that did get a general. It was I think quite late in the game that he got a general, and I'm not sure how Scythia didn't get one. I was expecting him to get one guaranteed. I mean, I'm not sure how that happened, but it happened, and yeah. And now we see Scythia on the defensive. Only 2 cities. We've seen him before. We've seen Sandro Games play like this before. And he did put up quite a good fight. Was it still Dystoria or was it someone else? But I think it was still team from Team Ulysse that he played against. They did go on and win that game. But overall, Scythia here, Sandro Games was not happy on all that game. I do have to point out, now you can see the damage between a sword and a legion, and you see it's much better equipped. The sword is much better equipped to deal with the legions than the horse was. That is true. That is true. That is the strength of the horse. It has a higher movement. The problem is you're gonna defend, right? So movement shouldn't be an issue. But again, strategics. The lack of strategics was a big problem here. Lack of strategics early game is always a big problem in this new meta of Civilization 6. We didn't have that problem once when we were playing Rise and Fall, but with the Gathering Storm update, we started needing a lot of strategic resources to actually get units on the field. So in Teamers, it is usual that you do get your team's help. You know, you get your strategics from your teammates, but from another perspective, in FFAs, it's extremely hard to pull off a fast attack on someone. No, kill the Legion. Come on, Sandro, do it. Kill the Legion. Canada has a few cities. He has 4 cities. He's settling some more. He looks like he has 2 settlers out. He did go for theater squares, and by the looks of it, did improve his land. He got a religion in the meantime. No, he didn't. So he's still 2 points away from getting a religion, or 1 turn I should say, 1 turn away from getting his religion. We're probably gonna see him pick a prophet next turn, and that's gonna be the first religion in the game. He has been making quite a bit of faith just from his Earth Goddess, and I think he prioritized getting the theater squares faster rather than later. We already see Greece with, oh my god, 17 point. Was that, wait a second, he doesn't have, okay, so he's just making projects right now. Okay, I got it. I was worried here for a little bit, thinking that Greece already got Oracle and started spamming out those Acropolises. But he did spam out those Acropolises, no Oracle though. So Greece will get the first great writer, or is it the second? Is the oh my god, Greece already got 2 great writers. He's gonna get the third guaranteed, and that puts Canada in a pickle. There are only 4 early great writers in the beginning of the game, with only that cost only 30 points. Once you finish those 4, it will be 60 points great writer, and then it will be 120, and so on and so forth. So Greece getting the first 3 ones, it's gonna be amazing for him. He's gonna get extra culture here, and looking at it right now, he's basically guaranteeing himself a lead over Canada. Canada though always shines usually at the mid to late game when he gets his national parks, so we're gonna have to wait and see how this will be played out. He does have quite a bit of good land here. He could place the national parks in, but yeah, it's not ideal, and there we go, the religion has been set. So let's check out the output, overall output. We got Abel bringing 28 and 76 culture a turn. This is turn 38, so he basically has double the amount of turns in culture, which is a lot of culture early game. I don't think he even put all of his works inside. No, he still has 1 writer there, so he's gonna get more culture out of those books. Did he pick it? Yes, he did. He did pick it, okay. Let's see, Colento 23 and 36 culture return, Perman 28 and 25. We got Jack the Ripper with 22 and 34, and Leech here with 25 and 20. Both Sandro games and Distoria are quite lagging behind because of their early aggression here. They are fighting. Distoria did get the upper hand on him. He got the city of Neapolis, and he will put that to good work, getting I guess the free monument in it. Yeah, there we go, the free monument is in the city of Neapolis, and that's why he's getting more culture. Sandro games is in, both Sandro games and Distoria are lacking gold right now, and it looks like they're still spamming out units. Let's see if the Sakas will manage to overturn this war. The land, by the way, towards the next series is much more defendable than the land that was in front of Neapolis. As you can see, those legions were all sitting on hill tiles with rainforest and forest, so they were extremely hard to push. But on this marsh tile, it's a totally different story. I mean, as you can see, the damage is starting to change here. And these archers are starting to get quite a few promotions off of them, so let's see how this will manage. I'm still waiting to see what will happen here with Destroyer. First of all, why is he packing his settlers into one spot? Did he send them all into one tile or something? Onto one tile? That would be awkward. Anyway, he's gonna be the key here. If he will manage to get a higher tech unit, maybe, I guess, do a timing push of cuirassiers or come with crossbows or field cannons to defend Scythia, I think it will be amazing. In the meantime, Scythia is in a lot of trouble. He's gonna get pushed quite easily here, even with the river defense. I mean, oh my god, these units are totally destroying his units. Not sure why he won't push it there. But again, this is the problem with march tiles. Look, these legions just stepped into floodable terrain. The floodable terrain has the -2 unfavorable terrain penalty. So yeah, they're not that powerful anymore. You think muskets would be enough? I mean, it could be. They could be enough. Does he have enough niter? He does have at least 2 niter tiles that he could work and get those muskets onto the field. He's making right now 17 and 35, 17 science, 18 science with 35 culture, but he's spamming so many settlers. This is unbelievable. I mean, just look at this settlers. 3 cities on the coast here, another 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, oh my. This is an insane amount of cities that he's spamming behind him, behind Scythia. I don't think Rome is aware of what's happening behind him here. I don't think he's aware. Ooh, the first moves. Come on, Sandro, you can do it, man. I see Glenn. Thank you very much for the follow. But look at the amount of legions that are coming from Rome's cities. This is he's just spamming out of those legions, getting warlords thrown in 2 turns and spamming those out. I want to see what Zulu is doing. So he did settle a few more of his cities. He's killing a CAD right now, so that's gonna give him a border with Abel. Abel did spend a lot of production into his harbors, and I'm guessing he didn't build that many defensive units, so this is a problem. Jack the Ripper has those horses, he has the generals, he has a higher culture, so he's gonna get to mercenaries quite soon. Or he does, let me, so he does have 37 versus 25. Yes, he does have much higher culture than Pelman. So this is extremely problematic here for Pelman. Not sure if, I mean, they should see, right? Let's check his point of view out. Yes, he does see the city of Akkad is put under siege. That means at least 3 or 4 units are next to the city, giving that getting that penalty to the city, the under siege penalty. So I mean, at this moment he really needs to start thinking, okay, what am I gonna do? What I need to do melee units, I need to do defensive units against Zulu. He's gonna come for me, so I mean, what am I gonna choose? A swordsman? Am I gonna choose horses? Am I gonna choose crossbows? He needs to do something. Otherwise, Jack will just run over England quite easily. Even if he gets caravel strength cities, it's not gonna be enough. I mean, I'm not sure if they're dumping gold. I didn't see that many actually promoted or upgraded, I should say, from warriors. I did see a lot of them hard built, so maybe the story is just hard building as much as possible and chopping them out with, of course, the build charge that you get on the Legion. Maybe that's the secret here. He only has 1 iron tile. The thing that they are dumping into him is iron. Well, to be fair, I mean, Phoenicia is not using his iron, so it doesn't matter that much. And Zulu didn't use that iron either. He got a few horses on the front lines, getting that, was that a commercial? Yeah, commercial. So yeah, he has 1 iron improved. And it looks like he's more interested in getting a higher tech unit than he is in early warring England here. He wants to guarantee that the victory condition here over Victoria. So that means getting one or two, usually two techs ahead of your enemy to totally guarantee your success. His units will be extremely expensive as well, so he's gonna need commercials to counteract the lack of gold per turn, or I should say the amount of gold per turn his units will gobble up. Yeah, that's another thing. The amount of culture that Abel is doing is insane here. Did he get the fourth one? He got 1, 2, 3, 4. So he got all 4 of the first great writers, and right now I saw one. What is it? 75. Okay, why is it not 60? Easy. Oh, because he got them too fast. Okay, he's gonna get the fifth one, and Canada's just not gonna get any. I mean, Canada at this point is lagging behind in the culture department. He did get a religion. We didn't talk a little bit about this, but he did get on the belief screen Zen meditation and lay ministry with each holy site or theater square district in a city following this religion provides +2 faith or +2 culture respectively. So I think they're in a pickle here. They actually might concede this Nekst Vigraem. I know they're not the kind of players to concede a game, and this would be one of those moments they're probably going to be a little bit ashamed of. But at this point, I think that they have extremely big problems. I don't mean looking at Scythia's land and how many legions are behind those first lines of Rome. I think he's running on fumes right now. Scythia is running on borrowed time. He's not gonna live long enough to tell the tale to his friends what happened here. And I'm not so sure about Persia's ability to defend him. He has 0 military units. He got so greedy and spammed cities everywhere that he has 0 military units. So it is. I mean, I'm a bit worried here for Nekst Vigraem. I don't want to say I'm a fan of either team, but at this point I don't see it as a balanced game. Nekst Vigraem is kind of gifting this win here. So we're gonna probably have a tie. I think we're gonna have a tie between TBD and Ulysse, and it's all gonna be up to tomorrow's games to see exactly what's gonna happen. As we are actually gonna go into a lobby here. Colento just got an error. And Colento was the host of the game? Yeah, it was, so yeah. Ulysse, you are interested in the bracket. I guess you are interested in the group actually, because we don't have brackets yet. We do have the group stages, and I can put them up on the screen since we are at the moment waiting for something. Not sure if it's going to be a relobby or... Yeah, it's going to be a relobby. Never mind. So Colento was the host. We do need to relobby this. We can't go around it. And let's check it out. In the meantime, while I do load the lobby back up. I'm gonna put up on the screen here the results of week 3. That is what I have at this moment. So these are the results of week 3. On week 3, Ulysse did get a win over Zone of Control. TBD got a loss from Nekst Vigraem. And as you can see below, we got, on the first part, we got Nekst Vigraem with 4 points, 4 wins. TBD and Ulysse both with 2, and the Zone of Control with 0. Yesterday, there was another game played between TBD and Zone of Control. TBD did get a win, so Ulysse, if today gets a win, it's gonna be 3-3 again, with them tying on the second spot. we're probably gonna need to see tomorrow's game as well and see if we're gonna have another win from one of these teams, and that will be the decider. If there's gonna go on a tie, it's gonna be a tiebreaker session, and we're gonna need to. Oh, wait a second, they CC'd. Oh, wait, what? It says they CC'd. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna put it up on the screen here. It says they CC'd. He got an error, Colento got an error, and then Colento says we CC, and then Destroyer says good game, CC, and good game, good what? Everybody says good game. Okay, so I guess it is good game. So there we have it. It looks like Ulysse got the first win of the tournament over Nekst Vigraem. This is the first team of the whole tournament that got a win over Nekst Vigraem. Team Ulysse getting one for the record books. They are the first ones to defeat the champions of the Historia Type Stream tournament and the season 1 games on, of course, the Tilted Axis map. We're gonna have more games tomorrow, as you can see in the schedule here. We do have Pyramid versus LSA that should be right now, casted by Deluxe Philip and Malm. And then tomorrow on Sunday we got 3 games. We got LSA versus PP Patrol, we got TBD versus Ulysse, and Zone of Control versus Nekst Vigraem. They're probably gonna get another win tomorrow, Nekst Vigraem, and guarantee their first seed in the next bracket. And then we're gonna need to see how these teams will fare against each other. TBD versus Ulysse, guys. This is gonna be the match of the week. TBD versus Ulysse. They are at the moment tied on the second place of the on the group B, and what's gonna happen tomorrow is whoever loses will not get their next ones. I'm not sure what. Oh, you want me to host FFA? Yeah, I'm not sure I can, man. I would love to play a little bit today, but I don't think I have enough time. I scheduled this program to do this. If not, I'm gonna handle some things from CPL. But anyway, it is amazing support from you guys. I really appreciate all the follows, all the subs, and all the comments that you guys are putting up here. And I was really looking forward for a much longer game than turn 44cc or whatever it was, 42cc that Haraha told us. And I hopefully tomorrow between TBD and Ulysse, they're gonna go against each other neck and neck, tooth and nail, and we're gonna see an amazing game. I'm still waiting to see the map for tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what the map is. Maybe I can find. Oh, continents and islands. So it's gonna be tomorrow. We're gonna have a map that is available to land war, for naval wars, for later games, for simming games, for everything. Continents and Islands is one of those maps that is, I should say, extremely balanced. I really like it overall as it generates. So let's see each other tomorrow. Let's check out the schedules again. Sunday 4 p.m. GMT is the game, so 4 p.m. tomorrow. Hopefully I'm gonna get to stream that game as well. In the meantime, I do thank you again for everything, and hopefully we're gonna see each other tomorrow. Thank you. My name is Michael. You have been watching Nekst Vigraem versus Ulysse today. Ulysse did get a win, turn 42, and hopefully tomorrow we're gonna have a longer game.